Call 352-5097 or shop it and order one for your party. Treat yourself and then reward yourself with the BT app and download it today and save. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week for lunch, dinner, or an anytime snack. Dairy Queen of Huron. The Huron Tigers won back-to-back state volleyball titles in 1998 and 99. The 98 team came in under the radar. The 99 team dominated. 3 losses on the year, only one to a South Dakota opponent. They went undefeated in the double elimination state tournament, beating Sioux Falls, Washington in straight sets for the title. Stephanie Cheddar was the heavyweight South Dakota Miss Volleyball selection. Stacey Gordon was the Sportsmatch Player of the Year. Are your cats performing to their full potential? Does the ration provide everything they need? But the experienced feed consultants of Dakota Land Feed help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a cat's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Dakota Land Feed, your local feed supplier. The Tiger Coach Interview is brought to you by The Scoreboard, downtown Huron. Enjoy fantastic burgers and basket meals, plus their many big screen TVs. The Scoreboard, 3rd Street, downtown Huron.
Continue our pre-match. Huron Tigers hosting the Pierre Governors. Head coach Josh Lane joins us for Huron. Coach Lane, brought to you by The Scoreboard, 3rd Street, downtown Huron. Tigers a nice 2-0 week last week with 2 wins over Sioux Falls schools. And Coach, anytime you can say that, especially in the same week, girls have been working well.
They have been working well, and the things we've been emphasizing, really came to light in that Jefferson match. You and I talked before and after that the reality is they were a team right in the vicinity of us as far as seed points go, and so they're fighting the same challenges we are. Their record's right under 500. They feel like they're better than their record shows, and it was really nice to go down there. We kind of got punched in the face in set 1. We didn't play our best volleyball. We came around after that and really served them right out of the gym, and so all that looks like Huron Tiger volleyball. So now we're going to continue. Continue that tonight. We gave the girls, some extra, rest over the weekend, so that way we can continue to keep our legs underneath us and make sure that we're as focused as we need to be against a Pierre team tonight for sure.
And Pierre, obviously, a fresh scouting report, just played them 2 weeks ago out there. I don't think they changed a whole lot with rotations. Neither have we, but, always kind of an interesting barometer to see what changes she might make, what we might have to respond to, that sort of thing.
Well, naturally speaking, as I watched the film again this morning, I thought to myself, well, we scored a lot, tipping and rolling right into the campfire, as you like to say. We threw a lot of balls right in front of their libero. And the reality is, I anticipate them making some changes and those shots not being available. But if you're going to overcompensate for those shots, we're just going to throw to the barrels with our hitters. Now, they've got good volleyball players too, right? They're probably going to recognize that there are moments where our campfire is a little bit soft, and so we've worked to defend that over the last couple days. And Keys, their outside hitter, their junior, she's a well-rounded volleyball player. She can serve, she can pass, she swings hard. So we're going to have to make sure we have the right matchup against her. And then their miss everything kind of Sloan, number 7, who hits right side out of the front and sets out of the back. When she's having a good game, she can be dangerous both offensively and as a play caller in that setter role as well. And so, we did everything we could do to keep them off of their game on when we went to Pierre. Now they come to the arena. I've really tried hard to make sure this isn't an overlooked situation where maybe we're taking some things for granted. So we've really honed in on those athletes that could beat us and have shots that could beat our defense. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to muscle up. We're going to play dig or die tonight and make sure we keep the ball off the floor and give ourselves chances.
And finally, you mentioned it, another game we just need to take advantage of. There's only 4 left here all of a sudden in the regular season. And while we figure pretty sure we're going to be on the road for the Sodak, you still can improve the seed. And obviously you want to be playing as well as you can here coming up in 3 weeks.
Well, and the reality is, my prediction is, we've got, after tonight, we've got the number, 2, 3 and 5 seed over the next 2 weeks. So we've got some opportunity, right? To just, and maybe we just want to see what happens when a team like that, gives us an uppercut, and we want to see if we can respond to that kind of stuff. I think we talk about the girls all the time. I think when we are at our best, we are as good as anybody. And so we're going to muscle up, and we're going to get our hands over the net, and we're going to slow volleyballs down, and our floor defense is going to get to the ball, and that's going to give us some chances. So tonight is about continuing to get better and make sure we're at our best against Pierre, because, listen, it's an uphill battle from here, including a Sodak match. And I just mentioned it, in my last interview. I said the real goal at this point is to do everything we can do to be as hard of an out as we can be in November, right? So we want to be the team nobody wants to come to their gym to play a Sodak match against, because there's too many unknowns, right? They know what they're going to get from us, but we're going to play hard. And so that's where we're at now, and we're going to continue to climb that mountain so that we're ready, in November when it really matters.
Josh Lean, head coach of the Tigers, again brought to you by the Scoreboard, 3rd Street, downtown Huron. This is Dakota Sports on Tiger.
Ernie and Marlene and the entire crew of the Scoreboard. Marlene coming from Mercury, stopping at the Scoreboard, indicating the 56th 3rd Street Southwest in Huron. Featuring a full number of traffic on the website at scoreboardhuron.com. Whether it's college football or the NFL, you can watch all the exciting action on one of their many big screen TVs. Scoreboard also has a sideline drinking game for your next event. Call 352-7580. At the time, both friends at the Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Now, it's Go Get 'em Tigers. When the game means one thing breaks happen. On Huron Regional Medical Center, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Ober and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. That's the work to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center. Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk to them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986. We're back away. This is Huron Tigers.
Reagan Bischoff, number 2, sophomore setter. Spencer Gergen, number 4, senior setter. Billy Carr, number 6, senior middle blocker. Jimmy Cheeks, number 7, junior outside hitter. Hilton Hines, number 9, senior libero. Tyler Cheddar, number 11, junior opposite. Tyler Pesky, number 12, senior opposite. Ava Wambach, number 13, junior defensive specialist. Claire Davis, number 16, outside hitter, sophomore. Addie Knight, number 17, junior outside. Allie Davis, number 18, senior outside. Glennon Caudell, number 19, sophomore, defensive specialist. Erin Fisher, 20, freshman opposite. Julie Olson, number 21, middle blocker, junior. These two times got to go to sports castle more. On the bench of the Huron Tigers, Blake Duffy.
Well, welcome back to the Huron Arena, just in time for our national anthem to begin. So we'll take another timeout here of 1 minute and then return with the introductions and the opening serve. 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
1919 root beer is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. Their unique recipe and choice ingredients make 1919 root beer the creamiest, full-body draft root beer available. Pick up 1919 root beer, distributed by Elwine Brothers, at your favorite convenience store or grocery store in Huron. Elwine Brothers wishes the Huron Tigers the best of luck. Go Tigers! Northern Center for Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. Northern Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, bicycle skin classes, and more. These fitness classes are led by the Northern Center's expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Northern Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends. listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJD.
There's the anthem, and we're set to go with high school volleyball tonight. Huron Tigers, Pierre Governors. Here's the girls we expect to see on the floor for Pierre this evening. Molly Olson is a 5'6" junior setter. Allie Keys, a 5'8" junior outside. Hadley Hart, a 5'6" senior defensive specialist. She is the libero. Sloan Waldron is a 5'7" senior setter and right side. Alexis Schleckaway is a 5'7" senior defensive specialist. Sierra Prunty is a junior outside. Lola Keno's a 5'6" senior defensive specialist. Alyssa Lowe, 6' junior middle. Marina Bushbaum is a 5'9" junior right side. And Addison Novotny is a sophomore middle. For the Huron Tigers, here's the way they'll start tonight. Jency Gergen, 5'8" senior setter. Chloe Carr, 6' senior middle. Hilton Hines, 5'8" senior libero. Kaya Cheddar, 5'7" junior serving specialist. Kyla Pesky, 5'7" senior right side. Addie Knight, a 5'8" junior outside. Allie Davis, 5'7" senior outside. Arian Fitzer, 5'9" freshman right side. Jaylee Olson, 6' junior middle. Ava Wambach, 5'4" junior defensive specialist. Carrie Wheelhouse is the head coach of Pierre, and Josh Lean, the head coach of the Huron Tigers. Officials for our match are backed by the South Dakota Attorney General Office, Consumer Affairs Division. Calling our match tonight, Dave Bestie and Stephanie Jetland. They are the law on the court, and they're backed by the South Dakota Attorney General Office, Consumer Affairs Division. And it looks like we have all the introduction set, and we will be ready for first serve. Nice to see both teams are wearing contrasting colors tonight, because that doesn't happen the way it should. Doesn't happen often enough, but have Pierre in their green tops tonight with black numbers and white trim. And Huron wearing their whites tonight with black numbers and letters, some black trim. And Hilton Hines gets a chance to wear her pink jersey tonight as libero, after the rest of the girls got to wear pink on both matches last week. So ready to go. Get to start a few minutes early, so I'll take that. Huron swept here 2 weeks ago, but tonight's a new night. And the Huron Tigers on the bigger floor here. See how Pierre reacts to that, getting the lineup checks, and we'll be ready to go. Thursday, high school football to wrap up the regular season. Huron will be at Brookings, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock with the kickoff here on Tiger. And still taking a little extra time to get the lineups checked. I thought they usually had the they do the visitors first, but they're doing did the lineup check for Huron first. And as you can tell, I'm just killing time anyway. Pierre will have the opening serve of the match. It'll be Alexis Schleckaway to serve for the Governors. Pierre closest to me, if you're watching on our YouTube channel. Serve is into the back row, handled by Hines, and not a great pass. Tigers can't get it across, and Pierre opens with an ace. It's 1-0. Usually Hilton Hines handles that cleanly, but did not get the pass on target, and a quick ace to start the night for Schleckaway. Serve to Hines again. This time handles it. Gergen with the set for Olson. Her tip to the corner. Pierre overpass. Tigers get control. Back set. Davis on the left side off the top of the net. Nice dig in the back row by Hart, and Pierre's hit goes out. Barely got on the inside of the antenna. Hitting air ties it at 1, and Huron will have their first serve. Fitzer comes in to play front row for Huron as Wambach checks out, and Jency Gergen will serve for the Huron Tigers. Gergen lets it sail back row. Hart had to go down to get it. Bumped ahead. Right side hit. Nice dig by Knight. Bumped ahead by Gergen, and the hit goes long by Allie Davis, hitting Air Huron. And Pierre up 2-1 here as we're just underway. Now Hadley Hart will serve for Pierre, libero. He has a couple of errors on each side of the net. Lefty is Hart. Serve receive for Hines. Back set right side this time for Davis. Tapped it back row, handled by Schleckaway. Right side hit, dug out by Hines. Here's the set, the left side hit for Davis. Bounced around, and Pierre will get it over on the third hit. Great dig back row by Hines. Right side free balled by Fitzer. Pierre can set it up from the net. In the middle, the set a little off, but they do roll it across. Davis coming off that left side, blocked, clubbed, the third hit. Pierre will get it across. Long volley here. Gergen with the quick set in the campfire, and Pierre can't get there for the dig. We're tied at 2. Jency has become so adept at getting that quick set and finding a spot. Wasn't in the middle like normal, a little bit off to the left this time, but Huron ties it at 2. Serve and dive. Nice play by Hart. Freeballed by Pierre. Here's the back set. Knight coming in from the right side. Taps it back row. Schleckaway. Set over to the left. They hit down the line. Nice dig. Gergen kept alive. Backline attack for Davis and shanked into the stands by Hart. Allie Davis gives Huron their first lead at 3-2. First kill of the night for Allie Davis, who leads Huron in that category this year. Davis now steps back to serve to the corner. Reaching out to get it was Molly Olson. Going to be free-balled. Huron can set it up. Gergen from the net with the set. They hit by Olson up the middle. Schleckaway digs. Off to the left. The hit. Tigers got a block on it. Gergen sets it across. Knight comes again. Cross court and off of Hart. And 4-2 lead as Addie Knight picks up her first kill. And Allie Davis again with the serve as Huron trying to get an early spark. Floater, back row, reaching out to get it. Olson. Set to the left, the hit across, and that ate up Gergen that time. And Novotny answers with the first kill of the night for Pierre. Huron's lead cut back to 4-3. Sloan Waldron will serve for Pierre. She'll take over setting duties as well. Knight handles from the back row, not a great pass. Huron going to free ball. The big hit up from the back row by Davis. Pierre scrambles. They'll get it across, but hit it long. Pierre did get it to the third hit, but just did not have the system, as they like to call it. Huron goes up 5-3. Now Hilton Hines serving for Huron. Chloe Carr into the front row. Little knuckleball. Schleckaway able to get it up, and Pierre will get it across. Didn't get anything set up from the net. Here's the set. They hit by Carr. Blocked back by Pierre. And going to be hit by Knight. Pierre getting under control. Back set. Right side hit through the block. Lefty kill for Bushbaum. Her first kill. Pierre back within 1 at 5-4. Allie Keys will serve now for Pierre as early on, just playing it close here between the two teams. Serve receive Hines. Set in the middle. Here's the tip. Blocked back by Pierre, and Pierre in the net. Net call on Pierre. Huron up 6-4. Into play back row for Pierre is Lola Keenolz. Now Wambach going to come in to serve and play back row for the Huron Tigers as Fitzer comes out for Huron. 6-4 Huron leading. We're just underway here at the arena. Coming up on 7 o'clock, KIJV, AM, FM, Huron. Wambach with the serve, goes long. Service error, Huron, first of the night, either team. And Pierre back within 1 at 6-5. Neither team's just been able to string much together here early on. Sierra Prunty to serve for the Governors. In her green top. Serve to Davis, kind of shanked. Knight stays with it, just going to be a free ball by Hines. Pierre steps up to get it. Pass ahead to the left side, the hit back row. Nice dig by Hines. Here comes Knight with the hit, too long. We're tied at 6. Huron just has not been crisp with their attack so far. And Pierre is tied it at 6. And Prunty a chance to give Pierre back the lead. Nobody's led more than 2 here so far. Serve receive Davis. Gergen with the quick set over the block and right into the campfire. 7-6, Huron back up by 1, and Gergen picks up her second kill, both on the quick set. Now Pierre gets Hart back in the libero as she just sat out her one rotation. Addison Knight serving. Serve receive, and that 8 up. Keno's in the back row at ace for Knight. Huron goes up 8-6. Knight can decide if to bring her arms up or come from underneath, and it just deflected off her. Knight with the serve again. Keno's handles this one. Going to be bumped ahead by Waldron and into the net, and Pierre just never got a good look at that. Hits it out, and Huron on a 3-0 run to lead 9-6 in set 1. Knight to serve as Huron trying to build some momentum. Biggest lead for either team here in set 1, 3 points. Serve into the net. Second service error for Huron. It's 9-7. Pierre back within 2. Checking in for Pierre, Molly Olson. She'll take over setting duties as Waldron will now be a hitter in the Pierre offense. Serve right to Davis, front row. Back set for Carr, her hit right side, lobs it back row, and Hart misplayed it. Kill for Chloe Carr, and Huron back up 3 at 10-7. First kill for Chloe. And Kaya Cheddar in for the first time. She is the serving specialist for Huron. Hines and Carr come off. This will be the one rotation for Hines on the bench as libero. Cheddar serves. Pierre has a couple girls come together. They get control. Left side hit by Waldron. Tigers in the middle. There's the big hit, and Jaylee Olson drills it to the corner. Perfectly placed by Jaylee Olson. Huron up 11-7. First kill of the evening for Jaylee. Kaya Cheddar looks to keep momentum going. The serve back row. Played by Waldron, but then she put it to the front row, and nobody got over there. Officially an ace for Cheddar, I guess, and Pierre's going to use a timeout right here. Timeout here, timeout Pierre here on up 12-7, timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. It insures thousands of diapers and up hundreds of clubs with hours of peekaboo and death therapies because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance can mean everything. Call today because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Tiger 95 and 1330 KIJZ are your home for Huron Tiger Sports.
Welcome back to the Huron Arena. I'm Jeff Duffy. Let's do a Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update. JV, Huron wins in straight sets, 25-13-17. Huron takes the sophomores as well, 25-15 and 17. That's your Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update off the Pierre timeout. Kaya Cheddar will serve for Huron. Places it back row, played back there by Schleckaway. Hit in the middle, dug out by Cheddar, set in the middle. Here's a hit. Olson again, finds the corner again. Back-to-back kills by Jaylee Olson in the first solid run for either team here in set number 1. Huron now up 13-7. Huron on a 7-1 run. Cheddar serves. Handled by Schleckaway, set to the left. Looked like it hit the antenna. It did. Hitting air Pierre, and Huron now up 14-7 as the run continues here in set number 1. Kaya Cheddar delivers the serve again to the corner. Played over there by Keenels. Back set. Right side for Schleckaway. Tigers got a block on it. Third hit. Wambach will get it across. Olson sets from the net, from the middle. The hit back row. Cheddar with the dig. Chased down by Wambach. Third hit going to be free balled by Gergen to the corner. Olson will set from the net again. Overpass hit back by Davis. It bounced off the block, and then two Pierre girls just stopped going after it, let it fall in between them. 15-7 Huron. Second kill for Allie Davis. Cheddar delivers the serve to the corner. Overpass. Here's the pass ahead. Davis coming off that left pin, goes cross court, dug out by Hart. Pass ahead by Olson. Free balled by Schleckaway from the net. Gergen back sets. Here comes Olson again through the block. Dug out nicely by Hart. Olson back set. Waldron right side this time, and Tigers can't get there for the dig. Tigers got a block on it, but then Kaya Cheddar couldn't come up with a clean dig. Kill for Sloan Waldron, her first. And that breaks the Huron run. It's 15-8. Officially, that was a 6-0 run by Huron. And I believe 8-1. Schleckaway serving, goes long, and Pierre gives the point right back on the service there. Their first of the night. It's 16-8 Huron. Jency Gergen serving, so Huron's made a complete rotation, and Gergen serving for the second time. Gergen sails it short this time, right in front of Schleckaway for the ace. Gergen with the ace, 17-8. Huron pulling away here now in set one. We played it tight, it was 6-6, but Huron's controlled since that point, leading by 9. Serve to the corner, Schleckaway plays it. Olsen will set from the middle. The tip, dug out by Hines. Back set, Fitzer off the right side down the middle, and Pierre in the net. And here on a 10-point lead now at 18-8. Huron rolling right now in set one. Jency Gergen prepares to serve as Huron's built a 10-point lead. Serve, a high short one. Coming up to get it was Keys. Right side hit up the middle, and that was placed perfectly by Waldron. 18-9. Pierre gets one back. Kill number 2 for Sloan Waldron. Hart libero serving now for the Governors. Handled by Davis. Set from the net, Gergen. Here's the hit. Olsen up the middle. Schleckaway digs. Set over to the left. The hit by Keys. Dug out by Hines. Set backline attack for Knight to the corner. Just long. Boy, I thought that was going in the right direction. It was, but I thought it was going to die, but it didn't. So hitting air gives 2 points in a row to Pierre. It's 18-10 Huron. Hadley Hart again with the serve for the Governors. Lefty. Serve receive Hines. Set in the middle for Davis. Rips it down the middle. Pierre hardly moved a muscle, as you don't see Allie Davis always hit from the middle, but she ripped that down. And Huron back up 9 at 19-10. Davis now serving. Back row, serve receive Olsen. Bumped ahead. Just going to be a free ball by Pierre. Gergen back sets. Fitzer right pin into the net. No block. Oh, it did go over the net. Blocked by Pierre, but hit on the Pierre side. That is a kill for Fitzer. I never thought it got over the net. So Arian Fitzer gets her first kill. And Huron up 20-10. Serve receive, kind of shanked by Schleckaway. They save it. Olsen will free ball, but long. Hitting air, and Huron pulling away up 21-10. Pierre going to burn their second and final timeout here. Huron up 21-10 in set one. Timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
Experience delicious. Experience Manufacturing Restaurant in East Mountain. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Find a fingertip, still party in a private room, and offer catering too. Open Mondays and Fridays 4 to 10, Saturdays 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2, and closed on Sunday. Dining Finger Restaurant in East Mountain Crossroads in downtown Huron. Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to the Huron Arena. Huron in control here in set one, up 21-10. And we are tied at 6, and then Pierre just took off, or Huron just took off from there. And right now in control of set number 1. Only match this week for Huron. In fact, they have a one match this week and next week. Next week, though, we head down to that new facility in Mitchell. I'm really eager to see that. Sounds like we're actually going to be in their smaller auxiliary gym. That's where they play their volleyball, but we will be at the new Mitchell High School next Tuesday. Serve receive, Schleckaway down to get it, bumped ahead, hit off the left side by Pierre. Gergen with the quick set up the campfire, and Hart gets over there to it. Pierre will just punch it across. Hines with the pass up ahead for Fitzer. Her tip over the block, a little too high. Hart able to dig it out. Right side for Waldron, cross court, dug out by Gergen. Bumped by Hines, free ball by Fitzer. Schleckaway handles from the back row. Olsen sets to the net, blocked back by Fitzer. Pierre comes on the attack again. Left side Keys, dug out by Hines, set. Here's Knight with the hit back row. Schleckaway handles it. From the middle, Pierre will hit into the net, hitting air by Novotny. Long volley, and Huron finally gets the point on the Pierre air, 22-10. Huron 3 points away here in set one. Davis serving. Serve receives Schleck away. Pierre keeps it alive. Overpass, knocked back by Jaylee Olson. On the second hit, they overpassed it, and Jaylee said, "Thank you very much." Huron 2 points away at 23-10. Davis to the corner, goes long, service error. Pierre gets one back. It's 23-11. Third service error on Huron in this set. On to serve for Pierre now, Sloan Waldron. She'll take over setting duties for the Governors. Serve receive Hines. Here's the back set. Olson hitting off the right side. Blocked but through. Olson another kill. And Huron at set point, 24-11. Jaylee Olson leading Huron in kills here in set one at 4. Olson rotates out. Carr into the front row for Huron. Hines serving. To the corner, played by Schleck away. Set to the left, the hit through the block. That'll be a kill for Bushbaum, her second. Got it through Carr's block. 24-12 remains set point Huron, but now Pierre controls the serve with Allie Keys. Sends it back row to Davis. Gergen comes out with the set. Left side, here's the hit by Knight. Nice dig by Waldron. They get it up, and third hit. Free ball to cross and knocked out by Fitzer. Fitzer tried to block it and just hit it sideways. And Pierre gets another one back. It's 24-13. Serve back row to Davis. Back set. Here comes Carr with the little slide. Tips it across, and Pierre can't dig it out. Chloe Carr finishes off set one with the kill. Huron takes it 25-13. Tigers up 1-0. We'll take a timeout of 2 minutes. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Largest races and outdoor patios, as well as commercial and industrial spaces. Call 605-252-5776. Get a free estimate. There is a full full price. Have to get a great many durable surfaces to epoxy flooring. The owner and operator visit them at 201 Market Street East. Check out the website at FieldCreditPlus.net. Field Plus is a proud sponsor of Huron Tiger Sports. At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just from the sideline of the game. Make it sideline of life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that will you need what you want. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com. Adams Cooking is your go-to place for deliberate, reliable oil changes. Fast, easy, no-pressure oil changes for your family vehicle. No equipment needed. See them in 159 Fort Avenue Road. Get that in the car, 352 and switch the car. Adams Cooking is also a tire repair, batteries, and filters. Open and running and open at 4 a.m. every day except Sundays. Trust your family vehicle with Adams Cooking. 159 Fort Avenue Road. Adams Cooking is proud sponsor of Tiger Sports. Godfather's Pizza of Huron offers dining room, carry-out, and fast delivery. Every day for delivery or carry-out, give them a call at 352-6925. Not sure what to order from the delicious menu? Then dine in and try their famous Godfather's today. Featuring a variety of pizza slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. With local ales, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. 195 25th Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza. Give them a call, 352-6925. Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJZ.
We head to set number 2. Huron taking the first set, 25-13 on your Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update. Washington leads Brandon Valley 1-0, 25-18. And then Lincoln just defeated O'Gorman in the first set, 25-21. That's your Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update. Seven Sons Heating and Air, 605-352-5316. After playing it even through the first 6 points, Huron took control and takes set one going away. But now we start 0-0 as we get set to go with set number 2. Jency Gergen will serve as we start our second set here at the arena. Gergen, high short serve. Olsen comes up to get it. Waldron sets. Tip in the corner, and Keys places it with nobody home. Pierre set up their offense and found an open spot. 1-0 Pierre as Allie Keys gets her first kill of the match. Hadley Hart, libero serving, the lefty. Down to get it, Knight. Set, and just going to have to be free-balled by Huron from the net. Olsen will quick set, and in the middle, nobody home. Campfire shot for Molly Olsen, says, I can do that move too. And Pierre off to a 2-0 lead. Pierre had a couple of one-point leads, so this is their biggest lead so far. Hart serves and goes long. Service error gives a point to Huron, and it's 2-1. Second service error on Pierre. And Allie Davis serving for Huron, goes to the corner, Schleck away. Back set Waldron, right side hit, goes long. Or excuse me, that was Olsen to Waldron, hitting error though, and we're tied at 2 in set 2. Allie Davis again with the serve. To the corner and shanked by Waldron. It kind of sliced away from her. And Huron has their first lead in set 2 at 3-2. Allie Davis with the ace. Fourth ace of the night for Huron, first of this set. Short serve this time, and Pierre gets control. Left side will be tipped to the corner, Bush bomb. Tigers pass ahead for Fitzer. Right side goes way long. It's like she hit it on the way up, and it just sailed on her. We're tied at 3. Hitting error on Huron. Waldron serving. Now she will take over setting duties for the Governors. Serve back row to Hines. Bumped ahead by Gergen. Knight just going to do a free ball up the middle and found the open spot. Pretty much a campfire shot there. Knight with the kill. Huron back up 4-3. Second kill for Addie Knight. 1 in each set. Hilton Hines prepares to serve now for the Huron Tigers. Back row, serve, receive. Hart, back row. Here's the tip across by Keys. Tigers not a great dig, but chased down by Hines. Gergen will get it across. Pierre will set from the net, back set. Here's the tip. Slapped up in the air, saved by Gergen. Here comes Knight with the hit, blocked back by Pierre. I believe that was Novotny with the block. Her second kill. We're tied at 4. Allie Keys serving for Pierre. Back row to Davis. Gergen back sets. Fitzer coming off the right side, drills it to the right down the line in front of her. Pierre was shading her to the right, thinking she'd go cross. Instead, fired down the line by Fitzer, her second kill. Huron back up at 5-4. Ava Wambach to serve and play back row for the Huron Tigers. Chloe Carr is in the front row for Huron. Serve back row, and just missed. Pierre let it go, and it looked like just a couple of inches long. Service error Hines, fourth of the night for Huron, first of this set. And we're tied at 5 in set 2. Huron up 1-0. Sierra Prunty to serve for the Governors. Serve receive for Davis. Gergen with the quick set up the middle. There it is again. Jency with 3 kills, all off that quick set up the middle. I call it campfire. A former coach always called it the donut hole, but it's a point for Huron, 6-5. Now Addison Knight serving for Huron. And serve receive Pierre, and they get it up ahead. The hit left side goes long. Was it blocked? It was not. And you're on a 2-point lead now at 7-5. Knight looks to keep momentum going as she serves for the Huron Tigers. Back row and goes long. Huron's had trouble sticking those serves in. Second service error this set on Huron, 5 total, 7-6. Pierre gets the lead back down to 1. And Molly Olsen to serve, and she'll take over setting for Pierre. Serve receive Davis, set right back to Davis, her tip, and Pierre in the net. Net call on Pierre. Huron goes up 2, 8-6. Now Kaya Cheddar comes in as the serving specialist for Huron. Jaylee Olson plays front row, and this is the rotation where Hilton Hines will be on the bench. Serve to the corner, going over with it. Keenol's from the middle. The hit goes long, hitting air by Alyssa Lowe. And Huron again builds a 3-point lead at 9-6. Let's see, yep, that is the biggest lead Huron's had here in set 2. Kaya Cheddar gets the serve going again. Serve receive, down to get it. Overpass, drilled back by Jaylee Olson. And Jaylee gives Huron a 4-point lead at 10-6. Kill number 5 for Jaylee as she's having a strong start here for this match. Cheddar delivers the serve to the corner. Shank goes into the stands, an ace for Cheddar, and Huron up 11-6. Kaya Cheddar, her second ace. Thought Wheelhouse going to take a timeout. Nope, she's just up by the court, cheering her girls on. Get a little more focus, perhaps. As Huron on a run to go up 11-6 in set 2. Cheddar with the serve. Serve receive Keenol's. Pierre gets it back on the court. The ball will hit. Tigers dig it out with Cheddar. Set in the middle. They hit by Olson. Goes long. Hitting air, Olson. And Pierre breaks that run by Huron. It's 11-7. Here's Huron's lead at 4. That was a 4-0 run by Huron. Now Hines back in at her libero spot, and Schleckaway serving for the Governors. Serve back row to Knight. Bump ahead. Left side hit by Davis, and Pierre in the net again. Boy, in the net, and really that was not a blockable hit as Davis was pretty much free balling it. So that's a break for Huron on the Pierre mistake, 12-7. And Jency Gergen will serve for Huron. Huron's made a complete rotation with Gergen serving for a second time. Fitzer is in the front row for Huron. Served by Gergen. Schleckaway handles it. Back set to the right. Waldron with the hit. Tigers got a block on it. Dug out by Fitzer. Bump ahead. Backline attack. Knight down the middle. Drills it right at the feet of Schleckaway. 13-7, and Pierre wants a timeout. Give the kill to Addie Knight, her third. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout of 30 on Dakota Sports.
Is proud to sponsor the Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant sleep screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181. Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to the Huron Arena. Tigers again on a run as they stretch the lead out to 13-7. And the run's been 8-2 for Huron after playing it pretty close there for the first, 5-6 points, just like the first set. Huron up 1-0, winning set 1 going away. 25-13, Seven Suns Heating and Air. Scoreboard update, Gergen to serve off the Pierre timeout. Short serve, and Schleckaway comes up to get it. Set, here's the right side hit by Keys. Tigers dig it out. Going to be hit from the back row by Knight. Chasing it down, there's Olson again. Right side hit by Keys. Slap, save by Hines. Free ball by Knight. Schleckaway from the back row. Olson will set. In the middle, the tip, and nicely placed by Pierre. Alyssa Lowe gets her first kill as she just found a nice little open spot right in the front row. 13-8. Huron's lead cut to 5. Hadley Hart, libero, serving for Pierre. Serve receive, back row Knight. Here's the set for Davis in the middle, through the block, dug out by Schleckaway. Quick set by Pierre. Gergen digs it out. Pass ahead for Fitzer, coming off the right side, up the middle. It's long. 13-9. Pierre back within 4. Huron making some errors again. And Hart looking to build the momentum here. Have a brief break there as Knight needed to tie her shoe, it looked like. Now Hart delivering the serve. Right to Knight. From the net, Gergen can set. And the set went over and had to be saved by Knight. Pierre now attacking. Tigers get a block on it. Gergen back set for Fitzer down the line. Hart digs it out. Olsen sets in the middle this time to the corner. Hines stays with it. Free ball across by Knight. Olsen will set from the net. The set to the left. The big hit off the top of the net. Dug out, overpass, tipped back again by Pierre. Here's the pass ahead. Davis comes off the left side. Nice dig, Schleck away back row. Over to the left, the tip by Pierre. Gergen there. Hines will pass ahead. Fitzer coming off the right side, tips it high in the air. Hart digs it out. Set in the middle by Pierre, and they hit it in the net. Long volley, and then Pierre couldn't finish it off. Novotny into the net from the middle. Huron up 14-9. Davis serving now for Huron. Goes back row, shanked by Schleck away. Another ace for Davis. Huron up 15-9. Davis, that's her second ace. They've both come in this set. Davis had two volleyballs to choose from serving there, and she'll just pick one of them. Davis delivers the serve, knuckleball, staying with it. Hart set in the middle. They hit, blocked back by Olsen. Jaylee Olsen having a nice night. She now has 6 kills to lead everybody in that category. 16-9, Huron up by 7 in set 2. Davis to the corner and goes long. Huron's been their own worst enemy here in this second set. A lot of errors. That's the third service errors, and there's been a lot of hitting errors as well. 16-10, Pierre gets the serve back, and Waldron serving. Played by Hines, back set. Fitzer comes with the two-hand tip up the middle in front of Schleckaway, and Pierre couldn't dig it out. Schleckaway and Waldron, I think they both hesitated and then both went for it. Fitzer gets a little tip kill, her third. 17-10, Huron. Now Huron doing some subs, as in for the first time, Camden Fuchs and Claire Davis. Getting a couple of younger girls a chance here in set 2. Hilton Hines serving. Serve receive Keys, free ball to Cross. Going to be bumped by Hines. Fitzer comes in, will free ball to the corner. From the net, and not a great set, but a nice recovery by Pierre. That was Bushbaum that saved that one. Free balled by Huron. Set in the middle, the hit back row. Hines is there. Gergen gonna set. Here comes Claire Davis up the middle. Nice dig by Schleckaway. Keep it alive. Hit and long by Pierre. Hitting air up the middle by Bushbaum again, or Novotny, excuse me. And Huron up 18-10. So Camden Fuchs Jr. and Claire Davis sophomore both getting a chance here in the varsity match in set 2. Serve receive, Schleckaway gets there, set in the middle, a little off target, but tipped across. Gergen gonna set. Backline attack for Fuchs. Dug out back row. Off to the left side, they hit. Tigers got a block on it. Pierre, third hit, will tip it, and just out, right idea. I didn't see who tipped that for Pierre, but it was out by about 6 inches, and Huron pulling away here in set 2, up 19-10. Hilton Hines again with the serve. Goes to the corner. Serve receive Schleckaway off to the right. The hit by Keys up the middle. Nice dig by Hines. Bumped, punched across by Hines. Back set, right side hit into the net, hitting air Pierre, and Huron up 20-10. Pierre going to take their second and final timeout here. Huron up 1-0. Looking to close out set 2. We'll take a timeout. 30 seconds on Dakota Sports.
Financial Assistance Home. I'm Kimmy Olson, the local mortgage loan officer at American Bank and Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bank and Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJD.
Welcome back to the arena. Huron Tigers again starting to pull away just as they did in the first set, leading 20-10, and Pierre has burned both their timeouts here as well. And Huron doing some subbing here with Camden Fuchs And Claire Davis getting some varsity time. Serve is across. Pierre, a little trouble. They do keep it back in the court. Free balled by Hart. From the net, Gergen will set. Across, Claire Davis, her hit to the corner, and shanked in the back row. Claire Davis gets the kill. Pierre was called in the net anyway, but it was going to be a point for Huron irregardless. Kill number 1 for Claire Davis, 21-10 Huron. Hines serving. Serve, here's the set to the left. The hit bush bomb dug out by Fuchs. Back set right side fits her up the middle. Pierre got a block on it. Pass, back pass, right side hit, and through the Huron block. That'll be a kill for Bushbaum, her 3rd kill. Breaks that Huron run, 5-0 run. It's 21-11. Serve, back row, serve, receive. Fuchs, quick set, or no, tipped across by Carr. Overpass Pierre, Carr slaps it back. Pierre 3rd hit. They will get it across. Dig by Gergen. Bumped ahead by Hines. Claire Davis left side goes long. Hitting air. 21-12. Pierre back within 9. And Allie Keys serving for the Governors. To the corner, down to get it Hines. Set for Claire Davis. Left side through the block. Dug out by Hart. Back set, right side. Tip to the corner. Fuchs with the dig. Pass ahead. Davis. Claire, she'll hit it into the net. 21-13. Pierre, a 3-0 run. Best run they've had in this set. And Keys serving again. Serve to Fuchs. Chased down by Gergen. Hit off the right side. Cross court. Dug out by Pierre. Set ahead. The tip over the block. And nobody home in the corner. Well placed by Pierre. And Pierre on their best run of the night. Give the kill to Schleckaway, her first kill of the night. 21-14. Serve received by Davis. Right back to her. Claire will hit up the middle and drop it right in front of Keys. Claire Davis with the kill. Huron breaks that Pierre run. Is 22-14. Claire Davis with her 2nd kill. Carr into the front row for Huron. And Huron is a new girl in serving. Shank. Pierre gets control and will free ball it. Here's the dig. Overpass tipped back by Pierre. Huron. Claire Davis will hit to the corner. Dug out by Pierre. Bumped ahead. Overpass. Gergen will set. Back set. Right side for Carr. Down the middle. That eats up Keno's in the back row. Chloe Carr with the kill, and Huron 2 points away at 23-14. In to serve for Huron is Liliana Miller. Getting her first varsity burn and gets an ace. Miller with an ace. And Huron at set point. 24-14. Looking to put it away right here. Miller again with the serve. Serve received, down to get it. Keys, free balled across right to Hines. Gergen sets for Claire Davis up the middle. Dug out back row. Back set right side. The hit into the net by Pierre. Bushbaum gives Huron a 2-0 lead. Huron takes set 2, 25-14, leads 2-0. 2-minute timeout, then back 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Market is proud to be part of the Huron community and the Huron area high school athletes all season long. Irishville may believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market. Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Stop in for a free insurance review with Lane Anderson of Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Lane Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue.
Southwest and Huron.
Looking for virtualized barrel specification sales websites with TV Sports, of course. Outside, mobile, lighting, but it's accessible. TV Sports, of course. South Central, the time of TV Sports. Downtown Huron. Within the 130 stores in 12 cities, the food name is the wide knowledge menu and the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Timberland is America's number one dealer for made-wood furniture. Timberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for series, fittings, engine costumes, and fabricated mattresses. Timberland Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including fittings and deliveries, is made entirely in local dealers in the area. So for the best feelings at the best prices from truly local service. Turn to Food and Furniture at the Huron.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV are your home for Huron Tiger Sports.
Welcome back to the Huron Arena. Huron up 2-0, 25-13 and 14 over Pierre. Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. Washington and Brandon Valley are tied at 1 set apiece. Washington 25-18, Brandon Valley 25-13. Harrisburg defeated Class A Sioux Falls Christian 25-10 in the first set. Lincoln defeated O'Gorman 25-21 in set one. Aberdeen defeated Mitchell 26-24 in set one. And that's your Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. We move to set three. Huron's at a nice run right about at 6 or 7 points. And have a chance to go after it here. Served by Pierre. Back set, Olsen with the hit. And shanked in the back row by Schlickaway. And Huron up 1-0 as Jaylee Olsen now up to 7 kills to lead everybody in that category. And Huron up 1-0. First time, though, that Huron has scored first in a set tonight. And Jency Gergen will serve for Huron. Little knuckleball there. Hart goes down to get it, and nobody moves over for it. Jency Gergen with the ace, 2-0 Huron. Second ace of the night for Jency. As Huron an early 2-0 lead in set three. Gergen serves to the corner. Schleckaway up to get it. Set in the middle. Going to be free-balled across by Lowe. Set to Allie Davis up the middle, shanked, and Pierre can't catch up to it. There was the quick and the big swing by Allie Davis, 3-0 Huron. Allie Davis now with 4 kills. Didn't have one in that second set, but didn't play the last half of it either. 3-0 lead Huron with Gergen serving. Floats a short one. Nice dig by Schleckaway off the right side Keys. Tigers got a block on it. And Pierre couldn't dig it out. Block kill for Jaylee Olsen. I have her for 9 kills now, and Huron up 4-0. Quick start here in set three. Gergen to the corner, Schleckaway. Back set Olsen, right side hit, goes long, and Huron up 5-0. Quick start by Huron here to begin set number 3. Up 2-0. Gergen to serve again for Huron to Pierre. Serve received by Olsen. Waldron will set. Left side hit, tap back row. Tigers dig it out, bump ahead, and free-balled by Davis. Pierre will set to the left. The tip by Keys. Tigers got a block on it. Keep it off the floor. Third hit, free-balled by Hines. Here comes Pierre again, back set. Right side, Tigers get a block on it. It was Olsen. Gergen back sets, right side, the tip by Fitzer over the block, slap back, and Olsen just punches it back. Pierre on the block just had to hit it over somewhere, and they hit it right to Jaylee, who just basically pushed it to the corner. 10 kills for Jaylee Olsen here on up 6-0. And Pierre going to sub in, new girl in, got to check and see who that is. In for Pierre is Kira Mertes. Serve, receive, Hart, pass ahead. Free balled across by Keys and out. 7-0 Huron. Huron up 7-0 in set three, looking to put things away here. Pierre has come out a little flat here, to say the least, in set three. Gergen serving for Huron. To the corner, Schleckaway down to it, set to the right. Murta's with the hit. Dug out by Knight. Gergen with the set. Davis off the left side, blocked at the net, dug out by Olsen. Set in the middle for Lowe, blocked by Olsen, and Olsen tips it back and then tipped back by Lowe. The two 6-footers just took turns hitting it back and forth, and Alyssa Lowe gets her second kill, breaks the Huron run. It's 7-1 Huron with Pierre preparing to serve. Now there's some confusion who goes where here. As Pierre now has Hannah Eads in, so Pierre going to the bench here in set 3. Set to the left and just free-balled by Knight. Olsen will set to the left, the tip by Keys, dug out by Gergen. Pass ahead by Hines, Fitzer off the right side, cross court, and out. Well, I thought that caught the line, but it did not. 7-2 on the hitting error by Huron. Pierre back within 5, and Hadley Hart, libero, serving for the Governors. So Pierre starting to bring some bench players in. Serve, receive, Hines. Gergen back sets for Davis. Right pin this time. Dug out by Olsen, but Pierre can't make a play off the net. Allie Davis gets one back. It's 8-2 Huron. Allie now with 5 kills. And serving, Allie Davis. Serve, receive, back row, Olsen. Set in the middle, the hit by Keys, dug out nicely by Gergen. Here's the tip by Knight, pushed it to the back row. Quick set by Pierre, Hines shifts over. Back set, right side, the big hit by Fitzer, through the block, dug out by Olsen. Overpass and knocked back by Knight. Well, Huron just kept attacking, and finally Knight had an open look on the overpass. Addie picks up her 4th kill, and Huron up 9-2 in set 3. Davis serving. Serve, receive, back row. Here's the set across, left side, the tip. Dug out by Gergen, bumped ahead by Hines. Fitzer will free ball to the corner and out. Hitting error Huron, and it's 9-3. Tigers lead shaved to 6. Pierre getting set to serve, Kira Mertes. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Serve, receive, back row, Hines. Gergen sets in the middle. They hit by Fitzer, through the block, dug out by Pierre. Pass ahead, hit off the left side. There's the dig by Hines. Back set, right side, big hit, blocked into the net. And was it blocked by Pierre or hit in the net? Nope, it is a kill for Fitzer. I couldn't tell if it actually crossed the net or not, but it did, was blocked out by Pierre. So Arian Fitzer picks up her 4th kill, 10-3 Huron. Hines serving. Hines puts it to the corner. Handled by Prunty, and we have a quick whistle and a line call. Somebody stepped on the center line by Pierre, 11-3 Huron. Again, Hilton Hines serving for Huron. Serve, receive, little knuckleball. Hart gets it up in the air. Pierre, though, can't chase it down. An ace for Hilton Hines, and Huron up 12-3. As they're pulling away here in set 3, up 2-0. First ace of the night for Hines. Now Pierre subbing in with a new girl. I guess that's Waldron. She's been playing. She subs back in to play back row. Hines serve, receive. Waldron will set in the middle of the hit, back row, dug out by Hines. Back set, Fitzer, right pin, will tap it back row. Set to the left. The hit by Keys, dug out by Gergen. Fitzer again off that right side, up the middle, nice big by Prunty, and off the net. Pierre can't make a play on it. And Huron goes up by 10, 13-3 in set 3. Fitzer with another kill. I have her up to 5. And Hilton Hines on the serve. Hines puts it to the corner, shuffling over to get a Prunty. Pass ahead, and they'll just free ball. Dug out by Knight. Set to Carr from the middle to the corner, and Pierre in the net again. 14-3 as Huron has controlled this one from the beginning. Camden Fuchs back in. She got some solid time there in set number 2. Now back in, replacing Knight as Coach Lean getting some other girls into the match as well. Serve, receive, Keys into the net, packs back by Carr. They tapped it over, and Carr just slapped it back for the kill. 15-3 Huron. Chloe Carr with her 4th kill and a timeout on the floor. 15-3 Huron, poised for a sweep. We'll take a timeout of 30 on Dakota Sports.
And then we have the Dairy Queen of Huron. The August blizzard of the month is Reese's Caramel Craze. And it's only for a limited time, so get your new favorite blizzard today. For birthdays or anniversaries, or for any occasion, get a DQ cake. Call 352-5097 or shop it and order one for your party. Treat yourself and then reward yourself with the DQ app and download it today and save. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week for lunch, dinner, or an anytime snack. Dairy Queen of Huron.
Dakota Sports KIJD, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Tigers in control here in set 3, up 2 sets to none, 25-13-14 on your Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. And this third set, they've had a firm grasp on it from the beginning, jumping out to a 7-0 run, and right now lead by 12, 15-3 as Pierre uses their first time out. And Hines with the serve. Serve receive Prunty. Off the left side, the hit goes long, hitting air by Bushbaum, 16-3 Huron. And it's kind of, you can't empty the bench like you can in basketball for volleyball just because of rotations and who you can sub in for. But see if we see a few more girls in. There's a tip, goes into the back corner. Huron had nobody there to cover. Bushbaum picks up her 4th kill. And that breaks a 6-0 run by Huron. 7-0 run by Huron. It's 16-4 Huron. And Keys with the serve, played by Allie Davis. Gergen back sets for Fitzer. Her hit off the right pin. Nice dig back row. Back set across, pushed over by Pierre. Set in the middle for Carr. Her hit, rolled it off the top of the net. Chloe Carr with the kill, 17-4. 5 kills now for Chloe. Ava Wambach to serve and play back row for Huron. As Fitzer comes off, and Huron looking for a sweep here. Still need to find 8 more points, up 17-4. Serve back row, serve receive Hart, back set, right side Bushbaum, back row, nice dig. Wambach, pass ahead, and into the middle, into the net. Davis, looked like Allie just jumped too early. 17-5, Pierre gets a couple points back. Serving for Pierre now is Hannah Eads. Short serve, Hines has to come up to get it, set, and Carr and Gergen weren't on the same page there, as Gergen thought Carr was going to stay put and she wanted to slide around her. So an error by Huron, there's an error by Pierre, service error by Pierre. Eads doesn't get the serve to the net. Third service error, Pierre. Huron up 18-6. Camden Fuchs, I believe, serving for the first time. Cam puts it back row, serve receive. Set across to the left. The hit blocked in the air and rolls in. That'll be a kill for Pierre, 18-7. Governors get the kill. I did not see who did that. Schleckaway, okay. Serve receive, Huron trouble, and they do get it across. Nice play by Davis, back set. Right side Waldron, Tigers block it back. Pierre under control again. Left side again, Tigers block it. No, 4-hit attack on Pierre. And Huron goes up 19-7. Now Claire Davis comes in for Allie Davis. So Davis for Davis. But when I say Davis now, I'm referring to the sophomore, not the senior. Carr serving. She doesn't get to serve often either. Set and the free ball across by Lowe. Set across for Claire Davis. Up the middle. Rolls it through the block. Claire Davis puts Huron ahead by 13, 20-7. 3 kills off the bench for Claire Davis. They're letting Chloe Carr serve here instead of Kaya Cheddar, basically, because Hines is off the floor. Serve receive over to get it was Keenholz. Here's the hit back row. Wambach is there. Gergen will set to the left. The hit by Davis off the top of the net and rolls out. 20-8. Huron's lead at 12. Now Hines back in to play back row as Carr comes off. As again, not sure if she's served yet this season before tonight. Hasn't had many opportunities to do so. Serve goes long by Schleckaway. Service error puts Huron 4 points away at 21-8. Second service error this set on Pierre. They have 4 total. Gergen serving as Huron's finally made a complete rotation. Serve back row, shanked in the back row by Pierre. And ace for Gergen. She has 3 to go along with 3 kills. Huron 3 points away at 22-8. Jency Gergen prepares again with the serve. Over to the corner, serve received by Prunty. Free balled by Lowe, right to Gergen. Pass ahead, Fitzer just gonna have to free ball. Pierre can set it up. Olsen with the set. To the middle to Lowe, and then finally just tapped over by Hart. Set in the middle, Olsen with the hit into the net. 22-9. Yeah, Jaylee's had a solid night, but that one went into the net. I think that's her second error. I remember hitting one long as well. But Jaylee leads everybody in kills with 10. Serve is Hart. Serve receive for Hines. Set across, left side hit. Fitzer goes long. Tip, though, it's a kill for Fitzer. And Huron 2 points away at 23-9. Arian Fitzer, I have her for 6 kills, so up at a half dozen. And now serving for Huron is Claire Davis. Claire puts it back row, serve receive. Back set, and just going to be free balled to Fitzer. Pass ahead. Backline attack. Claire Davis goes to the corner. It's out. Had the right idea, but out. 23-10. Huron remains 2 points away. And Sloan Waldron serving for the Governors. Serve back row. Fuchs handles it. Set back to her. Camden with the hit back row. Dug out by Prunty. Free balled across by Pierre. Gergen back sets Fitzer right side this time. Taps it up the middle. Shanked out of the back row. And we're at match point. 24-10 off the kill by Arian Fitzer. 4 kills this set and 7 total. Carr back into the front row as Fitzer, or as Olsen comes off. And Hines serving for Huron. Serve receive back row. Olsen will set to the left. The hit cross court dug out by Davis. Overpass knocked back by Pierre. And give the kill to the Governors, 24-11. Is that a new girl in? Nope. Or is that? Black on green is not easy to read, but that was a kill for Eads, her first. Still match point here on Pierre, though, has the serve with Keys. Serve receive Hines, back set. Here's the tip by Fitzer, dug out by Hart. Set back into the middle, free balled to the corner to Hines. Here's the bump ahead. And Fuchs goes just long, but a touch. Fuchs with the match-winning kill, and Huron wins it in straight sets tonight. Camden Fuchs gets the kill to end it, and Huron wins 25-13, 14-11. Huron improves to 9-10 on the season. Pierre drops to 3-13. 2-minute timeout, then we're back with the Gary Zell Autoglass post game. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Returning to their third potential, there's the ration provide everything they need. But the experienced feed consultants of Ferdinand Feed help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a pant's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Ferdinand Feed, your local feed supplier. Send the dream being Huron Regional Medical Center, Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Ober and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org. Because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. And that's the one to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center. 1919 root beer is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. Their unique recipe and choice ingredients make 1919 root beer the creamiest, full-body draft root beer available. Pick up 1919 root beer distributed by Elwine Brothers at your favorite convenience store or grocery store in Huron. Elwine Brothers wishes the Huron Tigers the best of luck. Go Tigers! Gary Zell Auto Glass is a proud supporter of Huron High School sports and the Tiger post-game show. Gary and Michael Zell offer mobile glass replacement of windshields, door glass, cars and trucks, even tractor cabs on site. Gary Zell Auto Glass does ship repairs, and they process all insurance paperwork. Call 352-0836 or toll free 1-888-852-0355. Gary Zell Auto Glass in Huron.
The Huron Tiger post-game report on Tiger 95 is brought to you by Gary Zell Auto Glass. Here's the voice of the Tigers, Jeff Duffy.
Well, we start the Gary Zell Auto Glass post game. Coach Lean will be up to talk about this one. We'll also pick our Signature Plus player of the game. Plenty of candidates as Huron makes short work of it tonight. We're out here playing for about an hour, and Huron gets it the win by sweep here going away, 25-13, 14, and 11 to improve to 9-10 on the season. A week off now for Huron till they head over to Mitchell next Tuesday. Let's do a Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update here. Coach Lean, I imagine, will be up here fairly quickly tonight as well. Just trying to get some updates here on my scores. In the JV, Huron wins in straight sets, 25-13-17. Huron takes the sophomore match as well, 25-15 and 17. Lincoln leads O'Gorman 2-0, 25-21, 25-23. Washington and Brandon Valley are still tied at 1 set apiece. Aberdeen's up 1-0 and looking to take set 2 as well over the 5th-ranked Mitchell Colonels. Mitchell had been on a roll. Brookings up 1-0 on Roosevelt, 25-21. And let's see, Washington's up 2-1 on Brandon Valley now, 25-18, 13-25, 25-22. Now I see Brookings has swept Roosevelt, 25-21, 23-18. So that game is in the books as well. And see what else we have here. Aberdeen's now up 2-0 on Mitchell, 26-24, 25-15. Watertown and Jefferson are tied at 1 set. Harrisburg up on Sioux Falls Christian 2-0. And that's your Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. Let's run down the stats here as we wait for Coach Lean to come up for Pierre. Now 3-13 on the season. Molly Olson had a kill. Allie Keys had a kill. 2 kills for Sloan Waldron. 2 kills and an ace for Alexis Schleckaway. Alyssa Lowe had 2 kills, 4 kills for Marina Bushbaum, 2 kills, Addison Novotny, and 1 kill for Hannah Eads. For Huron, now 9-10 on the season. 3 kills, 3 aces for Jency Gergen. Chloe Carr had 5 kills. Hilton Hines had an ace, 2 aces for Kaya Cheddar. 5 kills, 1 ace, Addie Knight. Allie Davis had 5 kills, 2 aces. 7 kills for Arian Fitzer. Jaylee Olson with 10 kills to lead the Tigers. Camden Fuchs had a kill to end the match. 3 kills for Claire Davis. And Liliana Miller came up with an ace for the Tigers as well. So well-rounded effort. Got some extra girls, some varsity time tonight that we hadn't necessarily been able to do here this year. And again, like I said, it's hard to really empty the bench in volleyball because your substitutions are position specific, and you can only get so many girls into the rotation. I'm sure a few girls were out of rotations anyway after the early matches as well. Tigers win it in 3. Gary Zell Autoglass postgame will continue after we take this time out of 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Center for Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. The Norton Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, bicycle gym classes, and more. These fitness classes are led by the Norton Center expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Norton Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends. is Matt Sidney with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. We change thousands of diapers, cut up hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance can mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Experience delicious. Experience Magazine Restaurant in East Mountain. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Buy a finger at home, still party in a private room, and offer catering too. Open Monday through Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2, and closed on Sunday. Buy a finger restaurant in East Mountain Crossroads in downtown Huron. At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just on the sideline of the game. Make it sideline for life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJZ.
Welcome back to the Huron Arena. Huron Tigers a sweep as they pretty much controlled this from beginning to end, played about an hour, and a sweep for the Huron Tigers tonight over the Pierre Governors, 25-13, 25-14, 25-11. We do a Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. Look at some of our area matchups. I believe there's 3 281 conference matches tonight. Hitchcock-Tuller up 1-0 on Sanborn Central Woonsocket, 25-20. Non-conference, Esteline Hendricks, though, has swept Iroquois Lake Preston, 25-15, 9-13. Highmore Herald up 1-0 on Lyman, 26-24. DeSmet and Castlewood tied up at 1 set apiece, and I guess that's about all I have for our 281 conference matches at this point. But again, Tigers win it here tonight. Go back, take a look at the double A. See, the girls are out on the floor, so Coach Lean should be up here shortly. Huron, the sweep up here. Brookings, the sweep of Roosevelt, 25-21, 23-18. Lincoln up 2-0 on O'Gorman, 25-21, 23. O'Gorman trying to rally in the third set. Brandon Valley now up 2-1 on Washington. Lynx took the first set, Washington took the first set. Brandon Valley the next two and are leading in set 4. Harrisburg up 2-0 on Sioux Falls Christian. And again, keep an eye on that Aberdeen Central score. Aberdeen leading Mitchell 2-0. Mitchell, I believe they're on an 8-game winning streak and just moved into the top 5 for the first time this season this week, but they've dropped the first 2 sets to Aberdeen. That is up in Aberdeen. Jefferson and Watertown are tied at 1 set apiece, and that is your Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. Thursday, it's high school football wrapping up the regular season for the Huron Tigers. A tough matchup with Brookings. It kind of shows you how even 11 AA is right now. Brookings is the number 8 seed in AA, and they got a 500 record. They're 4-4, and they three of their 4 losses have been by 7 points or less. But again, usually 4-4 gets you close to possibly hosting, but not this year, as there's just a lot of parity in AA. Coach Lean's up here. We'll take a timeout of 2 minutes, come back and get his thoughts on this one. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Barbara's Pizza Pure offers dining, carry out, and fast delivery. Every delivery for delivery or carry out, you can call at 352-6925. Not sure what to order from the realistic menu? Then dine in and try the famous Godfather's buffet, featuring a variety of pizza slices, and desserts to choose from. For local ales, so stop in and say hi to Jared and the rest of the business crew. We're located on 195 25th Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza, give them a call, 352-6925.
The Huron Eye Clinic is proud to sponsor the Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant seat screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Bank and Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, everything, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Bank and Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Once again, back at the Gary Zell Auto Glass post game as we talk to Coach Lean. Oh, you do have it, yeah. Coach Lean, head coach here on Tigers, took care of business very quickly tonight, about an hour to get the sweep over Pierre tonight. And Coach, I'd imagine this pretty much went exactly how you drew it up or how you wanted this to go.
Yeah, you want it to go. I don't know if it goes how you draw it up, but this is how we wanted it to go. And proud of our kids for staying focused. A couple things you can do as a coach in moments like this, and you can throw some kids in the lineup that maybe wouldn't normally get a chance, and I think this might be our last chance to do things like that because it's certainly a mountain to climb here over the next couple weeks. But girls did a good job of maintaining their communication, maintaining their focus, and the reality is I was really pleased. I was really pleased with our effort tonight. As you and I were talking about different kiddos that had above average or good nights, the list was more than one. So we can be happy with our serve and pass effort, which gave our offense an opportunity to run. And when Pierre got uncomfortable, they were forced into their own errors, and it made life fairly comfortable for us. So I think, double-digit wins in all three sets, so double-digit point difference. So girls did a nice job of staying focused tonight on what I'll call a short week as far as games go. One game this week, practice the rest of the week in anticipation for next week's matchup against Mitchell.
And so many good performances tonight. Jency Gergen just continues to run the show. Had her 3 aces, 3 kills. She was able to get a few of those quick sets again. Chloe Carr had about as efficient a night as a hitter could have. He said 7 out of 9 on attacks. Jaylee Olsen had a season high in kills. Allie Davis a little lower, but you also sat her for part of the second and third set to get her sister in, and that's okay.
That is okay, right?
Yeah, well, it's hard to sub. You can't empty the bench like you can in basketball.
You cannot, and that you got to do it strategically, and you can't do it too early because, as it turns out, we don't get to carry a 10-point lead into this third set, right? We got to start back at 0 and kind of work in that. And I thought Allie and Addie were the two outsides I was kind of messing with, getting younger kids in to include Allie's little sister, Claire. And I think, you know what, it's maturity, right? Nobody wants to come out of the game, especially when it's an opponent maybe you could pad your stats with. But at the end of the day, I'm proud of those two varsity players who gave some young kids an opportunity to get in. Lily Miller came in at the service line, too, and
got an ace.
Served an ace.
Yep.
So she's in the stat book, which is always a goal if you're a coach when you're trying to get some kids who don't have a lot of that varsity playing time yet.
Gave Cam Fuchs a little burn.
Yep, she got at least a kill. She got to do a few service opportunities as well. And I'll tell you, in all of that chaos, the one steady, I mean, you mentioned Jency.
Yep.
But the kid that I would say me, probably takes for granted that is just as steady as they come is Hilton Hines, right? She's been a starter for a long time. She is our voice in the back row. She's the reason that a lot of our middles get to swing because she's passing in system. She's digging in system. And she tracked down. I mean, Pierre was trying to throw deep corners. They were trying to roll short. They were doing everything they could to try to beat Hilton. And Hilton really was up to the task almost all the time. there in the third set, I mean, the reality is they were trying to get Jency out of the match, right? So their outside hitters were tipping and rolling over the block, so Jency was forced to take that first ball. Well, then Hilton would step in and get the assist because she'd push the ball to a pin hitter. I thought our serve receive won the match tonight and gave our hitters all of those options. And of course, again, not to discredit, but to really recognize the fact that we've been able to just take for granted Hilton Hines, who's really, I think she's moved. Now, I shouldn't say this without the stats in front of me, but I think she's moved to third all time after tonight on our depth chart on digs in a career. Because I think she was less than 20 away when the night started. So she moved up to 3, and I do anticipate over the next, 4 matches. I mean, if we're going to be in the next 4 matches, she's going to need 30 or 40 a night.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would anticipate her moving up to 2, which is quite an accomplishment if you think of who's number 1 in our digs in a career, which would be her big sister, who's got over 3,000. Probably never get broken in my lifetime, but to end up 2 on that list is a big deal. So Hilton Hines had one heck of a game tonight.
And she is our Signature Plus player of the game. Apologies to Jaylee Olson because she was definitely in the running as well. And then we could have picked anybody out there tonight because
really
that was about as efficient of a performance all around.
Yeah, not a lot of errors, right? And we talk about that in games that we should win. We've got to let the opponent beat themselves. We can't be the reason they score points. So we really emphasize, and now we're not going to be perfect every time we get in the air, that's for sure. But we want to be efficient. We want to, if we can't score, we want to make sure that we don't make the error. And I thought our athletes did a really nice job. Arian is working herself out of, on that back pin. She's a freshman in some big shoes, and she's working herself through some opportunities to just keep swinging and trusting herself because her teammates trust her, and she'll keep getting better. It'll be fun to watch her continue to grow, even over the next couple weeks. We've got a list of things to work on with her and some drills to just keep increasing that confidence. So proud of our kids tonight. And, of course, now we've got 3 school days left this week and move through the weekend into next week. We're a week away from Mitchell, in Mitchell. So
they were down 2-0 to Aberdeen last I checked.
Oh, wow. I haven't even looked at that yet. That would definitely mess up my simulation when I think about where we could go in late November when we're starting to talk about Sodak matches. But that would not be a prediction. So I might have to go rerun that simulator, but we'll see.
Well, see how it comes out.
Well, in the end of the day, we've just got to be ready for 5 sets against Mitchell on Tuesday and give we talked in the locker room 100% of the effort, 100% of the time. And we'll give them one good run. We'll give them all we've got on a run down there. So if you're listening, let's get down to Mitchell next Tuesday.
Yeah, now we're at the new facility.
I
haven't been in there yet, but I talked to one of my radio guys down there, and there's 2 gyms, and actually it sounds like we're in the little smaller one. It's just a little better set up for volleyball, he said.
Yeah, and that's okay. It's probably
not for me, but for you.
Probably not for you. It's okay for us, right? But we're used to going to gyms like Pierre and, of course, Mitchell's old gym where it feels like the crowd is kind of on top of you and real loud, and we thrive in those environments. We have all year. So look forward to that trip and seeing what we can do against a top 5 opponent.
Josh Lean, head coach of the Tigers. Tigers win it tonight in straight sets, and Hilton Hines, our Signature Plus player of the game. We'll take a final timeout of 2 minutes, wrap it up here from the arena on Dakota Sports.
Proud to be part of the Huron community and the Huron area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find solid good service on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today. Shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market. Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection,